Every 50,000 years, a sentient race of machines harvest every advanced species in the galaxy, destroy their civilizations, then return to dark space, waiting for the next cycle to begin. For the Mass Effect universe, this is a horrifying fate, but for us, it makes for a damn entertaining game. The characters you meet, the bonds you form, and the adventures you and your squad experience together is what makes Mass Effect a journey you'll never want to end. Although the Mass Effect trilogy is great from start to finish, there are many moments that stand out in our minds due to just how awesome they really are. So with that, I present to you the top 10 Mass Effect moments. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Number 10. The opening scene, Mass Effect. Starting off this list is the scene that started it all. As introductions to games go, this one is fantastic in its simplicity. As you take your very first look into the Mass Effect universe, you are greeted by the Normandy, your soon-to-be ship, flying through space. You can hear Joker, not that Joker, this Joker, the Normandy's pilot, running through his checks before reaching the Mass Effect relay. From behind, you see Commander Shepard making his way to the front of the ship, all the while the truly epic Mass Effect theme is playing in the background. Only when Shepard reaches the bridge does the camera pan around to reveal his face. The Normandy then reaches the Mass Effect relay and successfully jumps through. This one scene, as simple as it is, perfectly sets the scene and tone of the game. The shot of Shepard from behind as he walks the length of the ship portrays him as a man of importance, with the Mass Effect theme perfectly capturing the tone of the game going forward. If you were unsure as to whether you were going to enjoy this game, this moment welcomes you to the trilogy with open arms. Number 9. The New Normandy, Mass Effect 2. In keeping with our Normandy related moments, the reveal of the New Normandy near the start of Mass Effect 2 is like finally coming home after being stranded away for so long. Since the original Normandy was destroyed by the Collectors at the start of Mass Effect 2, Shepard has not had a place to call home. Not to mention that he was also killed by the Collectors, revived by the Elusive Man, and is now doing missions for Cerberus. Both Shepard and the player are left feeling a little lost at sea. The reveal of the New Normandy, rebuilt by Cerberus, alongside the realization that Joker is going to be our pilot once again, is the first time it truly feels like Shepard is back and things are getting back to normal. Number 8. Admiral Hackett's speech, Mass Effect 3. Throughout Mass Effect 3, you are travelling the galaxy, meeting with every other species in an attempt to combine your collective forces for one all-out assault on the Reapers, who are currently occupying Earth. As your campaign draws to a close, all the allies you have managed to co-opt into this final push against the Reapers converge outside the Arcturus relay, ready to strike when given the word. At this time, Admiral Hackett boards the Normandy. What follows is a speech that not only signifies the sheer size and importance of this mission, but also highlights that the galaxy is now finally unified. No matter the species or personal beliefs, all united in one common goal. Hackett's words here echo an underlining theme that's been present throughout the entire trilogy, one of unity and the combined strength of working together. This speech represents the near end of Shepard's adventure and possibly the Mass Effect universe. All the decisions you have made up to this point come to a head. Have you made the right decisions? Is it enough? Now is when you find out. Number 7. Uniting the Quarians and the Geth, Legion Sacrifice, Mass Effect 3. The humans and the Cylons, the Quarians and the Geth, sci-fi history has a habit of making AI rebel against their creators. However, in the case of the Geth, you can't help but feel sympathetic to their cause. Being portrayed as the big bad boogeyman of the galaxy, the Geth are universally feared and despised. It's only in Mass Effect 3 that you realise that the Geth only rebelled against the Quarians because the Quarians were going to exterminate them for gaining too much awareness. They were only defending themselves. As Mass Effect 3 rolls around, the Quarians and the Geth are once again at war, a war the Quarians started. Legion, your Geth squad mate, obtains Reaper upgrades that can make every Geth an individual consciousness, not one shared system. The Quarians will be wiped out if they don't stop attacking the Geth. So at this point you are faced with an incredibly difficult decision. Do you save the Quarians and kill Legion, letting the Geth be destroyed? Do you let Legion save the Geth, who will annihilate the Quarians, resulting in Tali committing suicide? Or do you try and reason with the Quarians to stop their attacks, saving both parties? This is a pivotal moment in the Mass Effect universe. Despite whatever outcome transpires, the end to a conflict centuries long. What makes this moment earn a spot on this list is the sacrifice of Legion. If you are able to talk the Quarians down, reaching a peace between the Quarians and the Geth, Legion realizes that the only way to upgrade the Reaper tech to the rest of the Geth is through direct personality dissemination, sacrificing himself in the process. One of the last things he says is,
"I must go to them. I'm sorry."
The use of the word I instead of we or us shows that Legion had gained his own consciousness, was finally an individual. And in his first and only act as an individual, he sacrificed himself so all Geth could have the same individuality. A heroic and heartbreaking end to Legion's story. Number 6. Battle of the Citadel, Mass Effect. The rogue Spectre Saren is leading an army of Geth with his ship Sovereign, which is actually a Reaper, in an attack on the Citadel, the key to the Reaper's return. Due to the Council dismissing Shepard's claim about the Reaper threat, and Saren using the conduit to transport himself and his Geth army directly into the heart of the Presidium, decimating its security, the Citadel is left virtually defenseless and overwhelmed by the Geth attack. At this moment, the Alliance, the human military, come through the Mass Effect relay in full force, going on the offensive against the Geth. Depending on the choice you make, the Alliance will either save or sacrifice the Destiny Ascension, the ship holding the Council. Either way, the Alliance defeats the Geth, and with the help of the remaining ships, destroys Sovereign, saving the Citadel and stopping the return of the Reapers. From the moment you first arrive on Eden Prime at the start of the game, you feel like you have always been a few steps behind Saren, arriving moments too late or cleaning up the destruction he has left in his wake. After what seems like an eternity of chasing Saren across the galaxy, you finally get to confront him and his army for one final showdown, getting revenge for everything he has done in the process. Before this event, the humans were seen as aggressive, power-hungry, second-rate citizens that were only concerned with human interests. This moment of great human sacrifice to protect the other races, especially if you save the Destiny Ascension, proved to the rest of the galaxy that humans were prepared to look out for the needs of all species and were ready for the responsibility of having a human on the Council. This one event changed how the whole galaxy viewed humans and gave them a much larger role in shaping the future. That, and it was just so goddamn awesome. Number 5. Curing the Genophage, Mordin's Sacrifice, Mass Effect 3. Now, just like with Legion, Mordin's Sacrifice gives you a swift kick right in the feels. Everyone's favourite fast-talking Solarian scientist has been a fan favourite since his early introduction in Mass Effect 2. From his patter songs on the Normandy to his often humorous evaluations of scenarios, Dr. Mordin Soulless made a great squad mate and an even better character. This is what made it even harder to witness him sacrificing his own life to rectify the one mistake, the one black mark on his legacy, the Genophage. Even though, on past missions and conversations, Mordin has always defended the Genophage, it has always been apparent that the decision weighs heavy on his heart. During the events of Mass Effect 3, the other races once again need help from the Krogan. Rex, the now leader of the Krogan and once former squad mate, refuses to help the other races fight against the Reapers unless they have a cure for the Genophage. The events that transpire after this culminate with Mordin and Shepard at the bottom of the Shroud. Mordin discovers that the only way to successfully counteract the sabotage to the tower is to manually disperse the agent within the rapidly crumbling Shroud. With Mordin plagued with guilt and determined to atone for what he has done, he volunteers to go to the top of the tower. This scene is made even more momentous by a rare display of emotion from Mordin, truly signifying how deeply he regrets his involvement in creating the Genophage. As Mordin says goodbye to Shepard and waits in the elevator to reach the top of the Shroud, he takes a breath. You can almost see the weight being lifted off his shoulders as he knows that his final act will be correcting the one flaw in his legacy and saving a species. Now, after all, it had to be him.
Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Number 4. The first human Spectre, Mass Effect. When talking about momentous events in the Mass Effect universe, there are some that impact us due to their awesomeness, humorous, or often heartbreaking nature, whereas some impact the Mass Effect universe itself. One of these groundbreaking moments in Mass Effect history is when Commander Shepard became the first human Spectre. As I mentioned during the Battle of the Citadel, the other Council races saw humans as nothing more than aggressive, power-hungry bullies. Lobbying for a spot on the Council, the other races believe that humans do not deserve this right due to their self-serving behaviour. This made it all the more shocking when Commander Shepard was awarded the rank of Spectre, cutting in front of the other species of the Citadel, species that have been Citadel members longer than the humans. Not only was Shepard the first human Spectre, but he became the first Spectre to not have a member of his species on the Council. The Council awarded Shepard this privilege to hunt down the rogue Spectre Saren, to go places the Council could not, while also giving the Council full deniability to Shepard's actions. Giving Shepard command over the Normandy, this marks the start of Shepard's adventure, hunting down Saren, exploring new worlds, and meeting strange and exotic characters, some friends, many enemies. As the Mass Effect theme plays during the initiation, you truly feel how grand this iconic moment is. Number 3. An end once and for all, Mass Effect 3. Oh, I can just see the comments section now. But Dave, the ending was awful. All you did was pick a colour, but I like yellow. I know. The original ending was not all we hoped for. Even though the extended cut did quite a bit to rectify that, many were left with a sour taste in their mouth. Despite this, the final decision and what follows is a huge moment in the Mass Effect universe. Throughout the entire trilogy, Shepard has been in countless battles, survived unimaginable threats, and made the galaxy a safer place in the process. Faced with one final decision, Shepard, and by Shepard I mean you, has to decide the fate of the galaxy. Everything you have fought for comes down for this one choice. Let the cycle continue, destroy all synthetics, control the Reapers, or combine organic and synthetic life. The choice is yours. As Shepard sacrifices his life to save the galaxy, we are given a brief glimpse into the future you have chosen and how it affects all those that have helped you on your journey. The beautiful theme and end once and for all, playing throughout the entire cinematic, really heightens the emotion of the scene. Words cannot describe the sense of loss and pride I felt when I witnessed my Shepard leap into the synthesis beam. Selflessly sacrificing his own life, like many friends had done before him, his last thoughts being of those he lost and those he loved. Shepard's journey is over. The Reaper threat is over. It's time to say goodbye to the Mass Effect universe. Once and for all. And yes, I know, in the Destroy ending you see someone with an N7 on their chest take a breath. I don't recognise that as an ending. It's stupid. Shepard's dead, so shush. Number 2. Meeting Vigil on ILOS. Mass Effect. Humans were cut off from the rest of the galaxy until they discovered the Prothean ruins on Mars. This scientific discovery propelled their technological capabilities decades into the future until they were able to master deep space travel. But who are the Protheans? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Sorry. This story of technological advancement is the same story for most other species, but none have any knowledge of what happened to the Protheans. This is until Shepard and his team hunt down Saren to the planet of ILOS. Hot on these heels, they explore through the ancient Prothean ruins until they reach an old AI construct called VIGIL. VIGIL is an advanced, non-organic analysis system left behind by the Protheans with imprints from Kayshard Ishan, the Chief Prothean Overseer. I really hope I didn't butcher that name. It's here where we finally get answers. Vigil then tells Shepard everything he needs to know about the Protheans. What happened to them? How did they meet their fate? The reveal that it was actually the Reapers that wiped out the Protheans and the way in which they did it. You finally have all the facts on this mysterious disappearance of this ancient civilization. This scene is especially interesting if you bring Liara with you, an Asari whose life work is dedicated to researching the Protheans. Not only does Vigil give you this information, but he also divulges what Saren is planning and how to stop him. Once again, the use of music with the beautiful Vigil theme makes this scene one of the most memorable parts of the game. Hearing this scoring while Vigil explained the fate of the Prothean gave me a sense of wonder and reminded me how beautiful storytelling can be when done right. Number 1. The Suicide Mission, Mass Effect 2. Oh, the Suicide Mission. I love the Suicide Mission. You've travelled the galaxy, recruited a ragtag band of soldiers, scientists and mercenaries and are about to jump through the uncharted Omega 4 relay. The elusive collectors wait on the other side. No one has ever survived. It is certain death. A suicide run. For me, the Suicide Mission has it all. You finally get the climax of confronting the collectors on their home turf. The decisions you've made throughout the entire game can have devastating impacts on the lives of your team, and all those that survive can join you on the final mission. Once the mission is complete, all Shepard and those he chose have to do is escape the collector base. A mad dash for the Normandy ensues, all the while being chased by the remaining collector forces. This, accompanied with the awesome Suicide Mission theme, makes for one epic scene, and my most memorable moment in Mass Effect. But with that, those are my top 10 moments in the Mass Effect trilogy. What do you think of this list? Do you agree with the moments that I have chose? Would you maybe have shuffled around some of the orders of them? Or have I completely missed out some of your favourite moments? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this list, please like and share this video. It really helps the channel to grow. And I'll see you guys in the next video.